One of my favourite games in past years probably has to be Telltale's The Wolf Among Us, which was released over 10 years ago in October 2013. And after a recent playthrough, I found myself wondering what happened to the sequel that was announced back in 2017. So today we'll be going over everything that we know about the long-awaited sequel. But if you're unfamiliar with the Wolf Among Us franchise, I'll just give you a quick rundown. The Wolf Among Us is a video game developed by Telltale Studios between 2013 and 2014, a spin-off taking place in a separate universe as the Fables comic book series. It chronologically takes place in 1986 and is a decision-designed game that features very similar mechanics to their previous franchise, The Walking Dead. The game, as is The Walking Dead, is episodic in nature. It consists of 5 episodes that were released over time from October 2013 to July 2014. The main and playable character of the story is Bigby Wolf, who is the sheriff of Fabletown. During this time period, Ichabod Crane is deputy mayor. Snow White, who is Crane's secretary, is the deuteragonist of this game and also Bigby's ally. The story follows Bigby as he investigates a murder, allowing him to interact with many of the well-known fables from across the series. Many decisions the player makes as Bigby have consequences. He already has a tenuous relationship with Snow White, and the story fleshes that out. If he chooses to assist or not assist one person, it may also have an effect on how another person may react to him. When The Wolf Among Us was completed by July 2014, Telltale Games had already thought of doing another season, but they had already committed to other projects leading to Tales from the Borderlands, Minecraft Story Mode, and even Game of Thrones. But the company was aware of a strong interest in a second season through the intervening years, and they were looking for the right time to develop it. A second yet-to-be-named season was announced during July 2017's San Diego Comic-Con, and was originally set to premiere in 2018 for personal computers, consoles, and mobile devices. Adam Harrington and Erin Yvette were to return to their roles as Bigby Wolf and Snow White respectively, but Season 2 would not resolve the apparent cliffhanger related to Nerissa's connection to Faith. Instead, Season 2 would carry on with more narrative related to Bigby and Snow White. By May 2018, Telltale announced that due to recent internal studio issues, they had to push back the release of the sequel to 2019. Upon Telltale's revival by LCG Entertainment in August of 2019, The Wolf Among Us was one of the titles acquired by LCG, but no announcement had been made at the time about the sequel. Then the company announced The Wolf Among Us 2 at the Game Awards in 2019, and this time the sequel will continue the events of the last game, though still remaining as a prequel to the comic series. The game is being developed in association to Ad Hoc Studios, a team formed by former Telltale Games staff, who will focus on the game's narrative and cinematic elements, while Telltale will implement the gameplay and other designs. In addition to returning Telltale staff, Adam Harrington and Erin Yvette will both return to voice Bigby and Snow White. The game is being developed on Unreal Engine 4 before being upgraded to Unreal Engine 5 in 2023, and will be released in an episodic approach just like the previous game. This sequel is going to be completely reworked, using none of the ideas or initial work that had been done under the former Telltale banner before its closure. Unlike the past development cycle with the last game, where each episode was developed in a standalone fashion, all episodes of The Wolf Among Us 2 will be developed simultaneously. The game was set to release in some time of 2023, but on March 1st, Telltale announced that the game would be pushed back to 2024. The development team decided that switching to Unreal Engine 5 would be worth the effort of undoing all the work they had done on Unreal Engine 4, due to the abundance of new features in the new engine. The delay decision was also made to avoid a crunch during this time, with their official statement saying, "We started work on this in 2020. We're still determined to tell the ongoing story of Bigby and the rest of the Fabletown gang. However, it is going to require more time. As disappointed as you are hearing this, we feel worse having to say it. But the work continues. We're committed to delivering the sequel fans deserve and doing what's right for the team while protecting the health of our team." With no set date other than 2024, we still don't really have much to go on for when this game is going to release, but I thought we'd just go over everything about the game that we already know. If you enjoyed today's video, please drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one.